In 2024, I noticed two very different pulls in the stories I chose. One, stories as vast as myths. The other, stories rooted in everyday life. First, a story as vast as myth. Heaven Official's Blessing. This was the work I fell into the deepest in 2024. 800 years of solitude, 800 years of devotion, a grand story of gods and demons, and yet, at its core, it is unmistakably BL. That contrast is everything. And now, stories rooted in everyday life. Our dining table, grief after losing someone precious, and the fear of losing again. This story sits quietly with both, around a warm dining table. A marriage without intimacy, so I cheated. A marriage built on a system that assumes love, affection and economics belong in one box. When time passes, feelings no longer fit. This story lets emotions spill through those cracks. I found myself thinking, this system really is broken. Cradled by the Wild Blue Yonder. Fixed values, and the quiet gap between those values and real feelings. This story watches both gently. It reminded me how much it matters to encounter different ways of living. And now, a work I simply love. My younger boss wants to be praised. This story is told from the receptive partner's point of view, so we change alongside him. A man who seemed distant at first slowly softens, and before we know it, desire begins to show. By the end, I had fallen completely. A man I simply love. Finally, works that open new doors for me. No God in Eden, high school daily life crumbles under the onset of instinct. Two people swept along, yet trying to think through each step carefully. If an Omega-verse world existed, and one day it happened to you, this is how it would unfold. It felt natural. An extremely haphazard and weak-willed kiss. In Kushino Sensei's hands, Omega-verse fate becomes hilarious and sharp. Earnestness, a glimpse of adult cunning. Before I knew it, I was rooting for him. Healing paradox, intense attachment, and the question of how to receive it. I watched the moment attachment turns into love. Listen to my embarrassing sounds, the courage to expose your embarrassing parts, and the relief of having them accepted. A quiet kind of liberation, a sanctuary for adults. He craves to be teased by his favourite ASMR streamer. With voice alone, intimacy can reach this depth, intimacy that begins with sound. Natsume wants to be trained, knowing your own desires, and having someone who respects you while guiding you. I wish more people had that chance. Those are my 10 works from 2024. It was a year of moving between myth and everyday life.